I don't like podiums, so I'm going to walk around. I like to walk around. So you can see I'm here by myself. Fortunato Figliano from the Centers for Hearing Care couldn't be here, but Dr. Amanda's here. I'm going to bring her into the presentation kind of a little bit later. So what is this purpose-driven business, building a community following? Well, I'll get to that. But a little bit about me. So I was born and raised here in the Mahoning Valley, so obviously that's me. So my parents are still in the Bournemouth-Canfield area. So that's my dad. He's a retired surgeon. He practiced ear, nose, and throat medicine. He was up in Youngstown for 33 years. And obviously that was my influence to go into medicine. And that was my graduation day at medical school. And one of the proudest days I think he's had probably ever. We were able to share that day. That was very nice. So I work at the Family Practice Center of Salem. I've been working down here for about 15 years. So people who may be familiar, I'm with Dr. Economist and Dr. Fawcett and Dr. Banning and Dr. Brian Bagwell, who just joined us. And it's been a fun ride being there. So that's our office there. Just a little bit about, I love technology and I love breaking in this new screen. We're going to see, we're going to test the limits of this screen here a little bit. Something I've been doing is I'm really interested in the technology. I'm really interested in social media and digital technology. And I've been doing things on the internet, doing things as far as patient education, for over 10 years now, before anybody else was doing that, because I was curious about it. Because one of the reasons I was doing that is because patients were bringing me information, bad information. So, the year 2000 is when Google was discovered or opened or whatever, and in those early years, one of the things that happened to me, I was in still training, is that my patients would bring in this information about vaccines causing autism, which we're still fighting today. And so that's kind of the reason why I started, doing patient education on the internet, doing Facebook, all that kind of stuff, because the medicine as an industry, we were not prepared for that, and we weren't prepared to say, hey, vaccines don't cause autism. And back then, when you Google vaccines and autism, you got all these negative articles, anti-vaccine type people. And we're still fighting that today. So there's a lot of physicians out there who are using social media to dispel myths, to do patient education. I tell all the older docs who are like, hey, Mike, that Facebook is going away. Why are you using that? So I tell them, I say, well, you go to your computer and you put in Salem, Ohio, and you put in family practice, or you put in your own name, and what do you get? You don't get your physician of the year type of thing. So for physicians, and I know all of you probably deal with this too, they have these rating sites for your businesses. And your customers and patients are rating you, they're talking about you on social media, and you don't even know it, some people don't even know it, the doctors don't even know it, they have all these negative ratings out there that they don't even know. So, and then people talk to me about, this Salem talk on Facebook, which I'm not part of, but people tell me about it because I don't want to know, because there could be some mean stuff on there. But digital reputation is something that's very important for your business. I don't have time to get into that today, but that's kind of part of why I do what I do. So I have this website where I have patient education on there. I'm on Twitter. I have over 25,000 followers on Twitter. People may have seen me on TV. I do TV interviews for WKVN. So a lot of that is good for your business if you're able to get access to that. Okay. Now a lot of this takes time, and it takes people who have knowledge in social media to do that. But you all probably deal with it. When I go to an exam room, I have patients who are on their phones, probably on Facebook. Wouldn't your business want to be on that screen, when they're looking at things, okay? And it's free. You have to have time to do it. But if you're able to do that, I mean, when I started doing this, you're like, oh, Mike, it's still about TV and radio and newspapers. No, okay? It's not like that anymore, okay? So, especially you want the millennials, you want the younger people, I mean, it's all their phones, I mean, they don't watch TV anymore, they all just watch YouTube. So that's where it is now, okay? So that kind of builds context for kind of what the main topic I'm going to be talking about. So, and then, so you probably didn't know, but here in Salem, Ohio, you have one of the leading physicians in the whole world using social media. This was very nice of them to do this. So, digital opinion leaders, okay? So sometimes I'm on these lists for physicians who use social media. So, it's really important, if you don't have a digital strategy, for your business or a thought about it, it's very, very important to kind of think about to do that. So, and I have a whole other talk about that at some point. So what I've done is, I've kind of built this following, on social media, using Facebook and things. And I can't tell you how many new patients I have that come in to see me. And they say, Dr. Sevilla, I'm here because, I Googled your name, I Googled Salem, Ohio, I'm here, I saw your website, I saw your television interviews on TV, and I know you, and that's why we're here, okay? That's how you can use some of this stuff to kind of build your brand, okay? The Centers for Hearing Care have kind of done the same thing, okay? So, and Dr. Amanda will correct me if I'm wrong, 7 offices in Northeastern Ohio, you have an office here in Salem across from Dairy Queen. That's how I have patients remember where they're at. Across from the Dairy Queen. And how long have you been working in Salem now?
Almost 10 years.
Okay, great. So, so this is Dr. Cheryl Figliano. So she's one of the co-owners and obviously a doctor of audiology herself there. So what their business is, it's about hearing aids, okay? Which seems like a simple type business. So, but what they've done with their kind of purpose-driven business, and I've talked to Fortunato a lot about this, is, they kind of have a mission statement for their company. And their mission statement is their mission that everybody deserves to hear, okay? And what the extension of that is, what they do is they have this foundation where they give away hearing aids, okay, to kind of fulfill their mission statement, okay? They give back, okay? They do local missions, and they do international missions. And it was fun last year, I think it was around Christmas time, I got to help out Dr. Amanda here up at the Rose Garden up there in Mill Creek. I got to help her, fit these hearing aids for people. There's an application process for people to say, hey, we can't afford them, but here's somebody who really deserves it. They do the whole fitting process, and then there's a day where they actually get the hearing aids. And I wonder if you kind of share, your experience with you fitting those people and those patients, and what kind of reactions do you get from that?
I mean, it's truly incredible because hearing aids can be very costly. So there's people who meet this criteria for hearing aids who are financially in need. When we fit them, they're just so grateful. So there's a lot of tears that day on both sides, the patients, their spouses, sometimes the audiologist. So it's truly a blessing, to go through that whole process.
So, I read a lot of business books. I read a lot about how I can do my business better. How to get, better profit and better this and better that. But something just to kind of think about is, how can you position your business, or how can you utilize your business to give back to the community, to have a purpose for your business more than just getting the bottom line. And what I've found is when I talk to patients or when I talk to people in the community, the Centers for Hearing Care, yes, they're known for, fitting hearing aids, but they're like, oh, that's that company that gives out the hearing aids every Christmas. Or that's the company that goes internationally and goes to Central America and does, gives away hearing aids to developing countries. Would you want to have your business known for something other than your actual business? And that's something that, Fortunato and I have talked about, and he's really kind of, built with his business too. And what he's told me, even in the interview process for interviewing prospective employees, they interview people and say, hey, what's your desire to give back to your community, or philanthropic experience and things that you've done in the past. So you can kind of build this into your whole company, and not just say, oh yeah, we give away this or we give away that. Just have it, in your company to say, hey, we're more than, what our bottom line is. There's something we can do to be a part of the community. I'm going to play this interview here, see if it works. We'll see if your new screen works.
Thanks, Christina. Well, County 1 in 3 people have hearing loss, and trying to help those, the Center for Hearing Care in Boardman is having its 5th annual hearing mission, giving away 25 pairs of free hearing aids to those who have financial hardship. Applicants will have to go through a financial screening to prove their hardship, and those who want to apply have to do so before November 15th.
Hearing loss is a very, very prevalent problem, and in this area we have a lot of people in financial need, and we want to get back.
Now, if you want to apply for a free pair of hearing aids, head over to our website, wkbn.com.
So it's, just something to think about your business, maybe something you've never really thought about your business before, and say, hey, we have our business, but how can we extend that a little bit and be a part of this larger community? How can we give back to the community? How can we help our customers or our patients in ways that we haven't done before? And I found that that kind of sometimes re-energizes a business, or kind of makes a business kind of look at itself a little bit differently, to kind of say, hey, maybe we can be looking at things and give back in ways that we haven't before.
Thanks, Chris.
So kind of diving deeper into this purpose-driven business. So what is this all about? So this is a quote from that I found. So there are 2 types of entrepreneurs in the community. One, they just want to get rich, and that's okay. That's no problem. I have no problem with that. But the other side is people who actually want to enact change in the world. Okay, do more than what their business is kind of designed to do. So why a purpose-driven business? So there's a lot of research and literature out there that customers, they kind of refer patients, or they talk about businesses who do this, who say, hey, I want to get hearing aids, but I've heard of that company that kind of gives away hearing aids. I think I want to go and see them. And there's some good research now that 91% of millennials want to switch brands associated with a cause. So you're seeing that now generationally. And 6 out of 10 millennials says a sense of purpose is part of the reason why they choose to work for their employer. So there's these generational trends that are happening now that you have to be aware of and be sensitive to, especially from a business type standpoint. So purpose-driven businesses, they align leaders and team members around a common mission. So, every person, deserves to hear, okay? It's kind of a simple type of mission statement to kind of build your philanthropic arm of your business around. Purpose-driven businesses attracts the right type of customers, employees, partners, and investors who believe in your values. And it motivates you and your team to be more productive, because you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself. That's kind of the idea behind the purpose-driven business. I have some examples here, and you may have heard of some of these. Okay, so this is called Love Your Melon. Okay, catchy, it's fun. Okay, so the idea of this is, the creators of this, they wanted to, their goal 10, 15 years ago was to give a hat to every child who has cancer. Okay? And that's what their marketing statement was. So they were able to do that in a lot quicker time than what they thought. Okay? So now they were able to expand their mission then, and they give a portion of each hat, to pediatric research. And that's kind of how they built their business. So people can go there, yeah, you can get a hat. There's a lot of companies where you can get a hat. But would you want to choose this company because they're donating a portion of their profits? It says right there on their website, 50% of profits given to pediatric cancer research. Okay? Just something to think about your business. Bombas, so I hear this all the time on my satellite radio. Bombas, so for every pair of socks you purchase, they donate a pair to someone either in the United States or internationally. And part of their marketing is that socks are one of the most frequent things that are requested in homeless shelters, which I didn't even know. So you can buy socks anywhere, but why not buy socks here? Okay? So, Tom's Shoes. Okay? So you go to Tom's Shoes, you go to their website, you purchase a pair of shoes, and either they donate shoes or donate a portion of their shoes profits to a charity, and you can see a couple of charities up there. So, this is, I hate to say it, but maybe even like a business edge, and say, hey, this is why you should select our company. Not only do we have great shoes, but a portion of it, will go to this charity. That's something that you may connect with, or something that the customer may connect with. So just something to think about for your business. So as you generate that, so you can probably guess that as people are purchasing these things and they're probably networking with other people who have purchased things, you start to get this group of people who are really passionate about your product and passionate about the cause behind your product. And this is an article called 1,000 True Fans, and this is something that I saw in the business literature, in that, when you get that core group of people, it doesn't have to be 1,000 people, it could be 50 people, it could be 100 people. Those are the core group of people who you interact with, they interact with you. If you have a product, they will purchase it right away because they feel loyalty to your product, or they're going to refer people to your product because they're very passionate about it. As soon as you get that core group of people, whenever you have a new service, whenever you have a new product, those are the people that you would go to first, and they would help promote your product, say on like social media. Okay, so so that's what you're trying to generate. I mean, we try to generate that every day, kind of in your business now. But just kind of look and see who are people who utilize your product a lot, or who are very loyal to your product. Maybe recognize them in some way. I know the Centers for Hearing Care, they have different events every once in a while that are very fascinating. They have like an Italian night, and you have a movie night that you have patients come by. What other kind of events do you guys do?
Oh, 90s? Did you say the 90s?
90s?
We have anybody who's 90 or older, we have a party for them. We did a cookie decorating class for Valentine's Day. They really loved that. We do a lot.
We do truly a lot.
So many we can't remember.
Yeah. So what they do is they have events at their facility there. So they say, hey, we're having this event, you should come and you should bring a friend, and then we'll make cookies or socialize or go out to the movies. I know they've been out to the movie theater out in Boardman a few times with their patients, patient exclusive only. So it's something that not only give back to the community, but give back to your customers, give back to your patients, reward them, say, hey, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you referring other people here. So that's kind of the 1,000 True Fans concept. If you haven't had time to read it, just Google it. And it's a great read, especially for your business. So been able to connect with people locally here who are doing this purpose-driven business. Okay, so J-Tech Solutions, they do like kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling. But one of the things that they do is they also work with veterans groups, and sometimes they do veterans, bathrooms and homes, without cost, because they feel like they want to give that back. That's something that they don't really say on their website, but when we got to talk to them, that's something they really feel passionate about. They try to do barrier-free type of bathrooms, so they try to do those type of those type of remodelings. You know, Birdfish Brewery in Columbiana, people are probably familiar with that. You know, every Thursday, or I think every Thursday and Friday, they have a fundraiser for, you know, a local business or service. So, well, I was there a couple days ago. They did a fundraiser for the Columbiana Police K-9 unit. There was a lot of people there for that. So that's something that they are, you know, giving back to the community. Okay. So we found some local people there. I mean, if you feel like that you're doing something great, you know, I'd love to talk to you about that. Because you know, Fortunato and I are doing, you know, kind of a more full presentation about this, especially, you know, how can you get your business to be more purpose-driven. That's a little bit outside. I don't have the whole time for that today, but we're going to be talking about that in August. And at the Dior in downtown Youngstown, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be giving more examples, more national examples, more local examples of people who are doing this type of work. Because I think it's really great, you know, that especially, you know, the Centers for Hearing Care, Family Practice of Salem, and a lot of your other businesses, you know, we're local. You know, we're local businesses, we're independent businesses, we're not, you know, owned by anybody. No, we're not being bought by Saints, you know, like everybody else around here. We want to stay local. We want to stay independent. We want to network with other businesses who are local and independent, because we really have to stand up for each other. You know, I love the big box stores and I love the big corporations, you know, but it's all about local, I think. You know, and that's how Fortunato and I kind of struck up a friendship and say, hey, we're local business owners here, and we should network with other local business owners. And we know that you're all doing great stuff, and if you're doing stuff like that, you know, please talk to me. We'd love to highlight you in our presentation, you know, to let other people know, you know, what you're doing. And I really have you consider going to this conference, because it's a great way to kind of network with other people. I'm going to show one more video here for you about the conference coming up here in August, if I get this to play here.
I think digital marketing is a great opportunity for a small business to really showcase who they are day to day.
I think it's about connecting to your audience and being able to show something else other than the products that you're selling.
Do You Live, I think, is a great opportunity to really learn about what's up and coming in the industry, and to really just have a sense of community for Youngstown.
I enjoy being around that energy. I come out of it with even more strategy than I had going into it.
You just feel like you're a part of something when you're there. So it's been a great opportunity for any small business or marketing professional to be a part of something great right in their own backyard in Youngstown.
For somebody that has never been to DO Live and is wondering what it is a hub of this creativity that you can't find elsewhere during the year. If you're looking to find what the successful people in this area are doing, you have to go to DO Live.
So yeah, DO, why DO? You know, do Youngstown. I mean, that's what the founder and the creator said. So I'm like, okay, I think I can go with that. But so this is a conference. It's kind of targeted towards, you know, marketing type people. But we're all kind of marketing type people. I mean, we all talk about our businesses, don't we? You know. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Mike, you know, $200 sticker tag, really? Here's what you get, okay? So not only do you get the opportunity to network with people across the region, maybe, you know, you'll get access to an audience that you've never talked to before. And also you're going to get the quality content of national marketing speakers, okay? People you'd have to pay, you know, hundreds of dollars to see. But, you know, they're going to talk about things like social media, they're going to talk about digital media, they're going to talk about traditional type of marketing to get the word out there. They're going to talk about the trends that are going on nationally right now in, you know, marketing and communication. I can't tell you how many people, you know, that I've connected with, you know, not only in Mahoney County, but Trumbull County, even, you know, in other parts of the region and other parts of the country, who have come in just to talk, you know, and it's all kinds of industries. So it's everybody's industry who is in here. So I'd really think about attending. It's a great day. You're going to meet a lot of great people there, and you're going to see Fortunato and I speak about purpose-driven marketing. So duolive.com is the website there, and we'll be happy to see you there. We're going to have our full presentation there to talk about this concept of the purpose-driven marketing.
Is that a 2-day thing? It's the first and second, or just the second?
Mainly the second. The first day is kind of a pre-conference, so which is a separate fee. But the big show is Thursday, August 2nd, and me and Fortune will be at 1 o'clock right after lunch when everybody's sleeping. That's fine. So it's going to be downtown at the Dior, so it's a fun venue for people who have been there in the past. So, but yeah, I mean, it's thanks for the opportunity to speak, and for people who are on Facebook, I encourage you to follow us on Duo Live on Facebook. You're going to see me and Fortunato do kind of silly little videos talking about our upcoming presentation. We did this last week to celebrate the first day of summer, and to highlight some of the businesses that we've been talking to, and to kind of highlight our presentation as well. So, and that's our websites there where you can contact us. But it's been great to talk with you. I think the screen's working great, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to answer any questions.